Hello, everyone, and welcome to our 575 volleyball informational video. I will go through everything especially for our newer families to volleyball and help you navigate our website and all of the training programs that we have for your players. I'm Courtney Kimura. I'm one of the founders and director of our Woodstock location. And here we go. So if you go to 575volleyball.com up here, this will take you to our homepage. Here we have a contact us form. Use that contact us form. We are really good at getting back to you. It will disseminate all the information that you enter into the right location for all of our locations and help streamline us getting back to you. We also will have another informational meeting for club season coming up, which a lot of the information is in this video where we'll take question and answers as well at the end of the video. We have a phone number that you can reach out as well, and someone can also help you that way. So we really strive on putting out a professional organization from the front end to the back end, and we're really good about getting back to people. All right, submit highlights. These are for our returning players. If you have a highlight and want to be featured on our Facebook and Instagram, you can submit that here. Here we'll have tabs, which I will go through in a second. Here we'll have fall teams. I will go through all of that in a second as well. We'll have news and updates here that if you want to see what's going on through our club. We'll have upcoming events for our calendar, which I will also show you the back end on that. And then we have some videos that if you want to watch and whatnot, so of our training. So here we go. Let's go back to the top here. All right, so here we have our locations at the top, which I'll share. We have, since I'm the Woodstock Club Director, I'm going to click here on this Woodstock Club Season Info. You can already also go here to our Woodstock Club Season. It's the same tab, but I'm going to take us here first just by clicking on that. All right, I'm going to go to the very bottom just to start for our newer families, and then I will move on. I'm going to blow this up so you can see it a little better here. Okay, our general annual volleyball calendar, and this below will have all the months of the year, and will tell you kind of how the seasons of volleyball work from through the year. So 14U and younger, these are typically our 8th grade and younger girls. They have a middle school season in their middle schools from August into September. Typically, they'll finish by September, but some schools will go into October that start a little later. But this is a general calendar. Here, they'll have middle school tryouts, so be careful for parents that are new. Say your daughter's in 7th grade, she played in her middle school season. At the end of 7th grade, they will have middle school tryouts, possibly in that 7th grade season for their 8th grade year, and so on. So in the summer, they'll have camps and open gym. You can reach out to your schools for that. And then sometimes they'll have middle school tryouts in July or the first week of school season, when school starts again for that season. But there is only one middle school season, just like school, only one season for that sport. As soon as that finishes, we have club season tryouts in October for our 14U and younger girls. Then we have a club season, which is a lot longer. And some of our top teams will play even longer into May and June and possibly the beginning of July if the team can qualify for USA Nationals. Here we have training opportunities through the entire year for the girls. So for girls that don't make a middle school season, girls that don't make the club teams, which we'll go through, there is still training opportunities and teams for them to play on. We also have training for some of the girls that do make their middle school season teams, and we do have training opportunities on top of that as well if they're looking for that. Our 15U and older girls, same thing. The dates are a little different since high school goes into October and possibly November if they're making a state playoff run. Their trials, same thing. Be careful. They might be at the beginning of the year for newer families. Then we have club season trials in November, whereas the younger girls are here in October. Sorry, the calendar up there, October to November. Same thing. We have year-round training for the girls. We have camps, positional clinics, and beach programs in the summer for them. Well, we also have beach programs through the year. So I will minimize this back to normal, and then we will go back to the top. But that calendar is at the bottom of the club season info page. Okay, going back, we have the informational meeting again. At each location, there are a certain amount of teams that we plan on forming. Our national teams are our highest level teams. They will travel into a bigger radius around the country, with some teams going to Kentucky and Philadelphia and Texas, and from the years in past to North Carolina, South Carolina, Orlando, and whatnot. But I will show you that here in a second. Our regional teams will play in one out-of-town tournament and local tournaments primarily, and then our local teams will only play in Atlanta. These are the number of teams. We can adjust the number of teams here depending on tryout numbers, but we do have space to add a team or move a team from a different age group. Coaching lineup will get out shortly. Practice schedule will typically, that will get out shortly, but the younger girls, 14U and younger, will practice from 5:30 to 7:30, give or take that time frame. The older girls will practice 7:30 to 9:30, and teams will practice Monday and Wednesday or Tuesday and Thursday for the most part. Now, there might be exceptions to a few of those, but that's generally how the teams practice, with our national teams adding a third practice on the weekend. All right, club team information. This I'll go through really quick, but if you have questions on this, they get a head coach, assistant coach. Practices, as we mentioned, national teams will practice 3 times a week here. Master coaching, 5-7-5 system. All of our master coaches understand our 5-7-5 system, and every team will have a practice, especially in our Woodstock location, led by a master coach that will help teach the coaches and help them develop into better coaches, as well as the players getting all the same information as our national teams would get. They get a college recruiting profile for those that want to play in college, and we have a college recruiting coordinator. We have a really good rate. I can't say for sure, but I think every girl that so far in our 4 years of being open has had that wanted to play in college did get somewhere to play in college. All right, total tournaments here. This obviously 5, 7, and then our national teams will play in a lot more out-of-town tournaments. The regional will play in one, local will play more out-of-town. Qualifiers for parents that are new to volleyball. The top level teams try to qualify for USA Nationals. AAU, which we won't go through right now. Intra-club scrimmage. Every team will get a scrimmage to play in the beginning, kind of like a preseason tournament. The tournament schedule is below. Player hotels covered. Our national teams have one covered, which we'll also go through below. And when the season ends, end of April for these 2 teams, which they have the option of adding AAU, whereas our top teams will play into June, July. All right, important dates. This here is really important for all the families to know. For our 11 through 14U in September, there are train for trials and there are elite Sundays. For our 15 through 17U and our 18U teams, there are only elite Sundays. Most of them are playing in high school. Once October comes, in a couple of weeks, we will have train for trials for all the age groups. We have elite Sundays, which is for our more competitive players, for them to keep competing at a higher level. We have tryouts for our younger girls in October with commitment night. If you make a team, then you have commitment night to attend. In November, our tryouts and commitment night will be here. On this document or this infographic here, if you want to know what is train for trials, when are the dates, simply go to Woodstock. You'll see the train for trials. Okay, what are elite Sundays? Go to Woodstock, go to elite Sundays, which I'll click on later, and you can go to tryouts. When are tryouts? Woodstock, and then Woodstock tryouts. We didn't want to put all the dates here, or else this would have 100 dates literally all over the place. So if you're looking for which one of these that you're interested in, just hover and you'll find the exact tab there. Okay. All practices will start the week before Thanksgiving, and then we'll take Thanksgiving off and then really get into it. But we want the girls to at least have a week of practice and get on the court and enjoy their team and get to work. Mini Club 1, which will also be fall teams, I will share that with you shortly. 18U national team schedule. You can see the team schedule here. The 18 season ends shorter because of their senior year. And then our national teams will keep playing. And then, as you can see, our national teams will go to Florida and South Carolina and Kentucky and whatnot. National Team B. Regional here. Our regional level teams will play one out-of-town tournaments with all the rest in Atlanta. And then here they're playing in 2-day tournaments, as you can tell. Our local teams will only play in Atlanta and will play in primarily 1-day tournaments with possibly a 2-day tournament. Our club dues are here. The months are broken down. Our 11 through 14U tryouts and commitment night are in October, so they have a different pay structure. Even though the totals are the same, they have a different structure because they start a month earlier. Our 15 through 17U won't start till November, so it's a different structure, but the totals here are at the top. But then 18U also has a different structure since they end in March. All right, not included in club dues. There are four things: uniform package, which we'll go through at the bottom, which is 500. I'll show you that. Our hotels are not included, except for our national teams. We cover one hotel stay for that, or one tournament stay for that weekend. Spectator entry. Every tournament is going to charge a gate fee to get in. That's up to the tournaments, typically $5 to $15. And our SRVA membership. Our region in Georgia is the Southern Region Volleyball Association. And for us to roster player and enter tournaments and whatnot, every player has to be a member of the Southern Region Volleyball Association. So, all right, our 22-23 Under Armour package, we contracted with Under Armour, and they are going to give us a full package that they have. And we, as a club, have really progressed professionally on the court at all levels. They have gotten so much better. All the girls competing on national, regional, and local teams. And so we want them to have a full professional product that they can look good and feel good and play good in. The primary difference from years past for returning players are it did not include the shoes. So we're including the shoes in there. It includes the socks, and it will include their entire warm up for all the top Under Armour gear that they have. So they're also getting two sublimated jerseys. Previous years, girls got different jerseys, and depending on what teams they are, but every girl in our club will get the two sublimated jerseys, which are the nice, super, they're just really the best jerseys. So the uniform package is not included in the club dues. Our national teams, I won't go through that, but if you're a returning player, you kind of know the difference between AAU and nationals. That's for our top level teams primarily. And then our chart of annual volleyball seasons and trainings, which we started off going through. So, all right, so let's go back to the top here. And this is our club season info. I'm going to go back to our homepage. And the two primary things for club season is also our tryout link. All right, so if you're looking to play for 575 in the club season during what we talked about, here are all the dates to register for tryouts. How do you know where your daughter should register? You'll put her birthday in, so I'll just do a generic January 1st, 2008, determine age group, and that means she has to play on a 15s team or older. So you'll find 15s team and go play here. We don't have girls play up in age group except in very, very, very rare circumstances. But so whatever it says here is the age group you'll try out for. Say we change the date to 2010. Obviously, you can change it to your daughter's age group, and it'll say 13s team or older. So you'll go to your 13s and find your link here, or sorry, find your dates. And then you'll come down and find 13s, 14s, register for all those days. I think that's it for this Woodstock tryout link. So on that homepage. All right. Now, say your daughter wants to play club but doesn't make a team after tryouts, or your family cannot commit to it financially or time-wise, or you just want to do fall team / mini club. I will take you there here. All right, so our fall teams here is a 6-week program. Fall teams will turn into winter teams, into spring teams, but they are 6-week programs. They get 11 practices, and they have a tournament play date at the end. So there's 12 days that they will play. All the information here is, again, this is an amazing program. There's every skill level from beginner to intermediate. We don't quite have high-level advanced players because they all go play in our club teams, but we don't have just beginners, and we don't have all our top players there. So if your daughter is very new or has some experience, this is still an amazing program. They can sign up for 6 weeks if they want to do it again, which I would say 80 to 90% of our players re-sign up. They can do the next 6 weeks, next 6 weeks, next 6 weeks. Our winter teams will the dates will be posted very shortly, but this is just to go back and talk about that one more time at the very bottom of this page here. So after fall teams, it'll turn into winter teams and then spring teams and whatnot. So there is a place for every girl in our club to play if she wants to play, whether she makes a team or doesn't make a team or just doesn't want to try out and play. We would love to have them play volleyball and get ready for their school season if that's their goal, or just to have fun and improve. All right, so that's Woodstock. In general, we went through club season, and then we went through fall teams. The last two things I want to talk about are train for tryouts. This is a great way for if you're looking to get into club volleyball. Train for tryouts is a great way to get on the court with coaches before tryouts. and make sure the coaches see you. You get to experience our culture, how we train, how our coaching philosophy is run, the style and pace of practices and instruction and repetitions they get. Our age group trials, I don't know if we're going to have this year just because our train for trials have done really well and are getting pretty big. So, but anyways, train for trials. Make sure the girls come to some of those if they're looking to play club season as well, if you're not doing fall teams. Fall teams, also fall teams too, will not interfere with club season. Fall teams too will end before club season practices start. The only caveat is that trials will be in between club season on that Saturday, Sunday, Sunday, Monday. Final thing I want to go through is our calendar here. So if you go to our calendar, right, so here on our calendar, we'll have a tag menu at the bottom. So you can click Show Tag Menu, and I'm going to say Select All Tags. So if I select all tags, it will populate everything we have going on for this, and you can see all these tags here. So I'm going to clear all tags, and I'm going to go to the bottom, and I'm going to scroll down to Woodstock. So let's say, okay, I want to know about Woodstock tryouts. I want to know about Woodstock Elite Sundays. I want to know about, Woodstock train for trials, right? So I have a girl that's 16, she's fairly competitive. I want to know just those things right now. And so if you scroll back up to our calendar, it will tell you all the dates we have just for those things to kind of minimize the information. Obviously, you can select as much information or as little information as you want. You can say, okay, Woodstock Sunday Elites are here. And then there's a little tag at the bottom here that if you click on that, it will take you to the page where you can sign up, find more information and whatnot. Let's see, we'll go back. You can also go train for trials here. You'll see the tag for train for trials. They are also the same pages that drop down here. They're just quicker for you to get to. So that's pretty much it for our video. Here we have our locations. I apologize that this one is in black, so you might not see it on your end, but yes, we are coming to Canton, and we'll have a couple other locations in the work that we're diligently working on. So Canton will most likely be in November for our girls in our Woodstock location that travel from far up north on 575. But I think that's it. And if you have any questions, as always, reach out to us. But our homepage here has all the information, our drop down tabs. You can also play. I didn't go through all the other ones, but you can go through all this other stuff as well and click on all of that. So we look forward to seeing you on the courts. Thank you.